Hello everyone. So welcome to today's episode of Sari Baatein. Hope you are doing good and keeping yourself safe. Yes, and thank you for logging in again this beautiful Sunday evening. And I'm just waiting for my guest to arrive. Yeah, I'm just yes.
Hi.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi. How are you?
Yeah, ma'am, we are not able to hear you.
I can hear you. Can you hear me now? I'm on Bluetooth. Can you hear now?
Can you hear now? Yes. I'm able to hear you
Okay.
now.
Okay, good.
Welcome, ma'am. So
Thank
let
you.
me give a brief introduction of the episode. So today's episode is all about ma'am is going to evaluate Sari's performance. So of course,
Yeah.
when we have a experienced HR professional sitting in front of us, then it's our right to get a little bit technical about the matter. So we are going to do that. And before that,
Sure.
let me introduce ma'am. So she is drop dead gorgeous, as you know. Like
Thank
ma'am,
you.
I am like I have seen your Instagram profile and I'm in awe of you. She's a fitness
Thank you so much.
enthusiast.
Thank you. It's really sweet of
and
you. Thank you.
and she's multi-talented. As I have said, she's a model, she's an HR professional, and she's a hardcore fashion enthusiast. Besides being a hands-on mom as well, I have seen your Instagram sharing about your son. It is
Thank you.
it is incredible. So please welcome
Thank you.
Ramya Venkatachalam, ma'am, into our show. Ma'am, it's an absolute honor to have you today.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's. I felt very humbled when you reached out, and I'm really excited about being here. So thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, you have played so many idealistic role in your life. I'm sure about it. So, did you ever sit back and think about Sari's role in each of those, roles that you have played in your life?
Uh, Actually, I grew up seeing Amma wear a sari to work every day, right? And I had at one point both my grandmothers and my great grandmother, and they would wear 9 yard sari. I've seen my mom don so many, hats, and she would play so many roles so effortlessly. She was a daughter, a wife, a mother to both of us. My father had a transferable job, so she took care of us, a lot of times being the single parent at home. She was also a scientist. She had a very successful career with the government of India. Um, she is my inspiration. I've always aspired to be like her. She's the strongest person I know. So I never really felt like I saw her dressed to work every day in a sari, right? So I've never sat down and said, oh, this is the presence of sari in my life, because I wanted to be like her. So wearing a sari comes very, very naturally to me. I haven't really done that. So, and I don't know about idealistic roles, but yeah, as women, we tend to play a lot of roles. We wear a lot of hats.
Yeah.
And yeah. Yeah.
So, ma'am, sari is such a versatile garment and it has the power of unifying, I think, entire world. So, how do what in the parameter of 1 to 10, how do you judge sari being a unifying
Um,
garment and being a versatile garment?
I think it's very, very versatile. I've worn a sari on numerous occasions. I've worn it to work. I've worn it on every trip of mine, whether it is work or personal. I've worn a sari to do river rafting in the Bias River.
Wow.
Yes, I was allowed. They did not ask me to. They didn't ask me to change. I've run in a sari, a 9 yard sari, right? Like there is a concept of a regular 5.5 yard sari, like the one I'm wearing now, and a longer sari. So I've worn a 9.5 yard sari, and I've cycled. I've also run a 10 kilometer in it. There was a run organized by Pinkathon called the Laddu Run, I think, some years ago. I've even jumped a wall in a sari. So I've never really found it restricting. I find it extremely versatile. You're right. It is said that the sari is one of the oldest, attires that exist. Documented evidence of it existing. So when you wear a sari, you're actually wearing a piece of history in some way, and depending on what the occasion is and what I've worn, I felt powerful. I felt wrapped in my mother's love. I've been very blessed because I've inherited all her very, very drool-worthy sarees. I felt emotional. I felt festive, if it is a festival occasion. So absolutely very, very versatile. Yeah.
So true. So true. I think sari has so many emotions imbibed into it. So it's a complete versatile garment, and
Yes.
it's incredible. So do you have any special if you want to share special memories? Of course you have. Like you have worn sari in rafting and you have jumped the wall. So you have. Can you share some of those special memories in sari which have always led you off sari over other garments?
Sure. So when I was a child, we'd all play with pots and pans, like house when we were much smaller. Yeah. So I would love to wear a sari from the time I was a very young child. So you get these ready-made saris for children, but I would insist on saying no. I want to wear the regular big sari. So right from then, I've been very, very fond of wearing saris. I've been fond of dressing up. When I was a teenager, in South India, you have this concept of a half sari or a davni. I don't know if you've seen it. So you would typically wear a long skirt, a choli, and like a dupatta, which you wrap around like a pallu. So I've worn that. So my memories of being in as a teenager, I'd wear that. As a young adult, I've loved wearing a sari. So in a lot of offices, I'm the only girl that wears a sari, and I've worn it regularly. Every Monday has been a sari day. I sometimes wear it several times in a week. For me, it's my most favorite attire. It just makes me, very happy when I wear it. So my memories are span probably my entire lifetime because I've just worn a sari ever since I can remember. So but these are various things that come to my mind. And there are people who find it difficult to manage or maintain a sari. Because I grew up seeing my mom wear it to work every day, that's never been a problem for me. And couple of years ago, there was this 100 sari pact, which two friends came up and decided to wear 100 saris a year. The whole point was that we all have a lot of saris in our wardrobe which we don't wear, and a lot of them are very beautiful heirloom saris given to us by our grandmother, our mother, or someone in the family for a special occasion. So then we said, let's wear those saris and talk about the stories and the memories associated with them. And I jumped into it, and for a lot of people, because we wouldn't wear saris often, it was an effort, but it came so naturally to me because I anyway wore saris very regularly. So these are the various memories associated for me, and it comes very, very naturally to me. So
So what was your thought behind wearing a sari when you went for a rafting? Sorry, I have been.
No, it's okay. I had my friends who said, "What the hell? Who wears a chiffon sari while going river rafting?" I said, "Well, he didn't ask me to change. We obviously took boats and went. I was given a life vest which I wore. My kids were with me. My cousin was with me, and bade aaram se humne. Now, what would have happened if, by chance we toppled into the river? That's another question altogether. It wasn't like I was wearing track pants or anything underneath. Normal sa sari pehna tha maine. Kuch hua nahi, but he just let me do it.
I'm sure that must be one of your most adventurous trips in sari.
Actually, I didn't think so much into it then. I think for me the most adventurous has been two things. One is cycling in a sari, in Madisa, the 9.5 yard sari, and more than that, running 10 kilometers. And in saris also you get different kinds. So I chose to wear my mother's Kanjivaram, which is quite a heavy silk sari. And I remember waking up at 4 something in the morning to, wear the sari. So I YouTubed, I'd done it several times, but I wanted to make sure you get it right. And then I wore this big bun and, I love wearing jewelry. So I wore a lot of jewelry, like, yahan, all over, like, a nut pehna tha maine. And I remember there were people who said, can we get a picture with you, like, Ajaib Ghar se aayi ho aisa. But I finished it and I felt great. I remember somebody saying, now you should do a full marathon in a sari. I said, yeah, let's not push it. Like, yeah, it's been good so far, but full will be another story. Yeah.
That's the spirit of a sari lover.
True.
That's great, ma'am. That's great. So, ma'am, what does if I give you few questions,
Okay.
Few words, and what comes to your mind whenever I ask you those, ask you those words? I think it's going to be a little bit fun. So, when you think about sari and dupatta, what does it come to? What comes to your mind?
It reminds me of a very ancient Raja Ravi Varma type of, those princesses and queens in the palace who would wear a sari and then drape another, like an over dupatta on top. I've not seen too many people in our generation regularly do it. But when you say it, this is the first thought that comes to my mind. So,
and then a sari and sneakers?
So sari and sneakers to मैंने भी किया. I mean, when I ran, gadhapana jaisa I dressed up, but there's no way I could have done it barefoot or, with sandals or heels. So I did it with my proper Rani. I looked absolutely hilarious. You can imagine, matlab, ek side mein nawari sari, ek side mein and now I've bought paper flowers because I love wearing flowers so much. लेकिन उस दिन paper के कागज के नहीं थे, मतलब they were real flowers. You could touch and feel them. So I had pool on my head, yeah. And एक side पे sneakers. So I was, people were like, ये क्या है? What is this? So I've done it, and I also know of girls who've worn just a sari and sneakers, and I think it looks very, very cool.
Yeah, I think so, ma'am. I think you can pull any look very gorgeously. I'm pretty sure about it.
Thank you. Thank you.
And what about sari with no jewelry? I know you are a jewelry person. You like jewelry, but sari.
Yeah, I love jewelry, but I do think sari with no jewelry works very well too. Like I've seen and I've known of people who've pulled it off. On a very rare occasion, I've tried it. I think at a very bare minimum, I would have worn something at least in my ear. My favorite accessory is my nose pin. Like you will always find me wearing something or the other. But yeah, I think sari and no jewelry has a very, very less is more kind of a look, like a very understated, classy look. I think it looks great. Yeah.
And what about the sari on top of a jeans? Sari over jeans?
That is something I have not tried, but I do think it looks very funky. So there are people that are constantly experimenting, like a lot of Instagram influencers. I know my friend Mamta Sharma, the Boho Balika, she goes by that name.
Yeah.
They do a lot of these, let's try something different. Let's innovate draping a sari. Let's innovate a particular, way of dressing up. I'm not that experimental in the way I dress. Like I like wearing different things, but let's try and spin, give it a different look is not something I've tried with. I do think Mamta or, one of those people who really try a lot will be able to pull it off. For me, it's like you can't go wrong in a sari. Somewhere it's very deep rooted in my head that you can be so, depending on how you wear it and, what you choose to accessorize with, you can truly get whatever look you want to and pull off whatever look you want to. And you can't go wrong in it. That's just very, very deeply ingrained in me. So, 6 billion people can tell me that it doesn't look nice, but I'm just convinced in my head that it's a very beautiful attire. So, yeah.
And what about sari with shirts and tops?
I've done that a lot. Yeah. I've done that many times. In fact, I've done it to work. I've worn sari with a white half-sleeved shirt. I regularly wear sarees with tank tops. I think it looks supremely great. I try and mix a lot of kinds of jewelry. I generally wear silver. Different kinds of jewelry, different kinds of looks, different things with my hair, or a giant bindi or like a tiny bindi ki dikhi nahi raha hai, like pehna hai nahi pehna, what is this? So I've done that too, and I think it looks very nice.
Yeah, it looks very nice. One personal question: how did you?
Sure.
What was the thought behind starting this entire Instagram journey? And thankfully, you have started. I mean, I'm a fan of all your photos and all the candid sharing that you do. So, how did the journey start?
Honestly, I've had friends who've been on Instagram much longer, and they are they are full-time bloggers, right? I have a full-time job, so initially I was like, how does one do it? Because you have to devote a certain amount of time, right? And then I think recently someone asked me what thought was there in your mind, like how did you carve out a niche for yourself? I never thought so much about it because because I'm an ultra runner, my mornings start very early, and my kids are soccer kids. So there are days, I'm up by 3:45 even on a weekday because I have to finish my run pre-COVID, and then finish my run, drop them to school by 6:30, get to work.
Yeah.
So and then to carve out that time to aaj photo bhi lena hai, aaj post bhi karna hai. So for me, it was just sharing snippets of my life, and like typically there is a certain routine to the whole thing. There generally at least there used to be pre and post workout there will be one pic. Mera standard ye hai, right? So there's that, and then there's what I want to work thing, and a lot of times it's a saree or it's something else. And I share thoughts that come to my mind. I share causes that I'm very passionate about. Like I'm a huge believer in investing in your health. I've seen my mother who does yoga every day. Yeah, she's going to be 79, and she's so supremely flexible. And I do think sometimes we don't take it as seriously as we probably should. So that question that I go and ask every day, did you work out today? It's I've had people tell me, Ramya, I was not working out, but यार तो रोज पूछती है ना तो वो yes जाके करने में at least 10 minutes तो जाके मैंने किया, I just pushed myself. And there's a great sense of satisfaction, there's a great sense of joy that I get when someone tells me that, thanks to you, I've stopped snoozing my alarm and I've started, because let's face it, right? Looks are, very transient. I'm not going to look the same way. You're not going to look the same way in some years. But if you've touched someone's life and if you've made an impact to someone's life, then for me, there's nothing more humbling than that. So that's the reason I do this, and that's the reason I, share snippets of my life every day. So.
That's so kind. That is so wise and wise decision of yours and kind of you that you do. I think.
Thank you.
At this point, especially the pandemic that we are going through, I think health is the biggest asset that we can have for us. Nothing else. I think no money can save us. Nothing. Only our health and self-love and self-care is something which can take us across this pandemic or the bad times that you're going through. And thankfully you are doing that. And yes, it also inspired me, ma'am. I did my workout today in the morning. I did my yoga.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's so kind of you, ma'am. I think. Yeah, so it was a complete delight to have this conversation with you, ma'am. It was a complete honor, and thank you so much for joining on this conversation.
Sure. Thank you so much. You have a great weekend. Stay safe and stay home.
Stay safe. Have a great weekend. And keep inspiring.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.